Taurus, what's up, love bugs? Happy motherfucking Monday, or whenever you find these. Welcome to your weekly... Nope, that's not what we're doing. This is your April 2021 reading. You know, girl, you know things. Things just get kind of discombobulated up in here. A lot of things dinging around and bouncing around, and a lot of things happening up here in this brain. Okay, so welcome to your April 2021 reading, Taurus. Thank you for being here. Please remember to like my shit. I would greatly appreciate it. It helps my channel grow. Share if you can. Leave a comment. Subscribe, of course. Remember to check your moon and rising sign readings for additional perspectives. You can go to Google, type in what's my moon and rising. You'll find a free calculator. Put in your birth date, birth time. It'll calculate it. Boom. Done. And it gives you so much more information on your personality. It's really cool. It's a different way of looking at yourself. Remember, these are general readings. So if you're looking for a private reading where I tap into your energy with your name, your birthday, your birth time, that's for you. You can find down below in the description a link to booking. You can also find the link for Instagram and TikTok where I do additional readings. I do new readings on Instagram every Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Tuesdays, and usually I go live each of those days for those readings. So those are fun. Wednesdays is pulling cards for questions. So you can pop into Instagram, jump on the live, ask a question, and I'll pull you some cards. So those are really cool too. All right, Taurus, let's motherfucking get into this. I hope you're doing well. Taurus. Sun, moon, and rising. The Empress. Oh, wow. Beautiful. Weighs heavy on you, though. Beautiful, but weighs heavy. Okay. So I'm using a different deck this week, which enables me to get the points across with a fresh approach, you know? So these have been cool. Today, Queen of Pentacles. Ooh, she's beautiful in this deck. Oh, she looks a little stern, though. We can be a little stern, Earth signs, right? We can be a little, like, straight to the point. No fuss, no muss. But this is your energy on the bottom of the deck, Taurus. Queen of Pentacles shows the capability. It shows the potential. This position is the potential. Maybe what's rooted, what's hard for us to see. Okay, we can thrive through anything. Anything, Earth signs. Taurus, in particular, you can thrive through anything. Okay, the situation at hand, we have the Empress. Okay, she's the wife and the mother. She's the divine feminine energy. She is the counterpart. She works with, goes along with sometimes the High Priestess. The High Priestess and the Empress are both divine feminine beings. The difference is the Empress is the human outward experience of being a divine feminine. She is the work that we do as women, the wife, being the mother, being the provider, being the rock, being the touchstone for everybody in the community, being that divine receptive energy we receive, being able to allow life to give back to us, being able to be very creative, being able to make life, either getting pregnant, having babies, or being able to create new experiences in our families, in our social circles, in our life, being able to create anything new that we would like to birth. Okay, so this is the energy, this is your situation. You are the Empress, is your situation. This is what you're dealing with. This is the themes that you see at this time. But what's crossing you, or the challenge of the situation here, is the moon. Okay, here's the Empress. But the challenge is the moon. So the Empress, again, is ruled by the planet Venus. Okay, the planet of love. Okay, but when she has the moon crossing her, it's almost like the energies are too heavy, too thick. Like there's an imbalance of this beautiful divine feminine energy. It's like almost too much. like we're dipping in it for too long. It feels overwhelming. We may have too much on our plate. Okay. The moon card is also the card of Pisces, so it's a water element card combined with the high priestess, which is this similar kind of like fluid energy, right? Graceful, fluid. Okay, a lot of feminine energy in these cards, almost too much. Okay, sometimes the moon could talk about the dark night of the soul, right? Going through really hard times, very emotional times. You may be feeling too emotional. Listen to your intuition and pay attention to signs from the divine. Unnecessary worry. Let go of your fears. Revelations that will make everything clear. So you may be coming up against issues in the household. That are causing this feeling out of balance, right? And if it's not the household, right, it's just, the Empress can even just simply represent like how we feel about our bodies, right? Earthy energy. She's very earthy. She's outside. She's really connected to the plants and the trees and the animals and the life. She understands that even the rocks have some awareness, some have some sense of consciousness. Oh, I thought I saw a bird. You know, she understands that everything has awareness. And so she's very in touch, very in tune, maybe too much. She may be having issues with her body. Okay. What's beneath the surface, what's hard for her to see? We get 10 of Wands, okay? So you may be really just seriously overworked, okay? 10 of Wands shows, man, she a go-getter. But when she's underwater, she's no good to anybody. This comes in the position of the subconscious or what's under the water or the driving force even sometimes, like what's pushing the plant up to the surface. Like it reminds me of like the life force that drives a plant to work through the dirt and sprout above the surface. So it makes me feel like the life force pushing it forward. So you're a very driven person. You have a lot of passion. It may be a little bit dull to you right now. You may be having trouble being in touch with that passion, understanding that passion, working with this fire, working with this energy. You may feel kind of depleted. So this might be difficult for you, but it's here. This may be hard work up ahead of you that feels daunting. You may have some awareness within you, although it may not be very on the surface, it's more subconscious, but there's some sense of like, man, if I really tapped into this work in this drive forward, I could really do something dope. We're very overwhelmed. What's crowning you, what you're aware of, your consciousness, 10 of Swords. 10 of Swords in the traditional deck is a man laying dead on the ground with all these swords stuck in his back. So he's dead, he feels defeated, he feels depleted, he has no more left to give. So you may have this kind of, you may be very overwhelmed. Your thoughts may be spinning. You may be really, really, really in your head. Okay? Interesting. You get the 10 of Swords in what's crowning you, and you get the 10 of Wands in what's beneath the surface, what's driving you, what's at the root, what is subconscious. So 2 10s. So you really are an incredible being, like ripe with completion. There's a completion that's happening whether or not you're on board. It's happening. 2 10s. Ooh, I hate that. My mom keeps a fucking, oh my God. She keeps a 10-pound weight because she works out in bed. Oh, maybe it's a 5-pound weight. But she'll keep it on the bed and she forgets it's on the bed and we'll sit down on the bed and the weight will drop onto the floor. I don't know if you heard it, but it always startles me. I always think she falls. So, anyway, so we have in 10 of Swords, which is depleted, no more left to give, in your awareness, and 10 of Wands in what's beneath the surface in your subconscious. So very much this like process that's coming to completion, but that there's a lot of worry and fear about it and having trouble moving on or moving into the next cycle, kind of being stuck at the end. But then again, we turn around the past position, we get Page of Swords. Ace of Swords. So this shows Spirit in the recent past, maybe even you getting a new idea, about what you can do to move forward. There's some new idea or a little crack of clarity, the beginning of an idea, of you becoming aware that this idea is going to take, implementing diligence and time. So it's in the beginning phases. This is a past position. Your future position, Knight of Wands. So this shows really, really that you really want to take off. You really do have some new idea. But why are we stuck in Ten of Swords energy? This is what you're focusing on. This is what you're aware of, Ten of Swords. This says the end of a situation that brings relief, sadness, or both. The opportunity for new happiness, a weight off your shoulders. The end of an addiction, a melodramatic reaction. So this is what you're aware of. This is what is in your sights. Okay, so we're kind of stuck there because in your subconscious we have another 10, right? That she looks a little bit defeated and overwhelmed as well. So there's something in the future that we want to really push forward with, but there seems to be a little bit of stuckness, right? This is what we want, that momentum forward. The energy you're bringing to the table, again, the World card, which is another completion card. It's a number 21. It's not a number 10, but it's the last of the major arcana cards. It's the last before we go back to the beginning. We go to number 0. Okay, so there's a cycle that has finished. This comes in the energy you're bringing to the table. A brilliant success, a time of joyful accomplishment and spiritual enlightenment, freedom to do whatever you want. Be proud of yourself. So what did you do? What have you done that they're congratulating you on? You did something cool, but for some reason you're feeling kind of stuck in these heavier energies. Okay, so that came out weird. The energy around you, the environmental factors, we get the Hangman. In this deck, it's called Awakening. Okay, so there's kind of, maybe you're waiting to hear something. There's some sort of like time of pause or sacrifice or you're in laying in wait. There's this kind of energy of like you needing to be patient and to sacrifice at this time. I love where I live. It's like there's a lot of like OG white guys with their like old school classic cars, men who've been like married for 20, 30 years, who that's like what they channel their energy into to keep things spicy. Maybe they drive these classic cars and they fix up these classic cars and they be cruising around with their cool little hats. And so that's just for me is like a cool, I thought I'd elaborate on that. So anyway, Taurus, this is your environmental factors. So you're waiting for something. And they're saying in order for you to get through it, better stop waiting and start just surrender to the process. This is a time of sacrifice. That if done with grace and ease, the rewards will be great. A temporary pause for reflection and insight, an awakening where you see things in a whole new light. Embrace your own uniqueness and charitable actions. Okay, so once we surrender, then the enlightenment is able to come in. Once we let go. For the hopes and fears, we have 5 of Wands. You're just scared of the conflict, scared of the chaos, scared of the fighting, scared of bumping heads with people, scared of feeling yucky. Okay? Hopeful that it will no longer be like this, but there's a lot of worry that this will be here. The outcome card is 6 of Cups. So 6 of Cups is healing. It's also dipping into those, into the past and healing things with people from the past. Maybe you don't actually talk to these people, but you go to maybe to get a coffee and the person in line triggers something from your past. So then you're able to work through that day, through whatever this person in line triggered for you. So we don't necessarily need these people to come back. These could talk about reconciliations, but we're really looking at the past and what those represent, past traumas, past pains, and what they represent and how we heal them, how we heal them with current situations in our current time, without getting stuck there, right? The outcome card, children or childhood, right? So you also got the Empress, who's the wife and the mother, and she's said to be pregnant in this card. So we're also looking at, for some of us, something about motherhood being difficult at this time. Maybe you're having a hard time, you're wanting more children, or you're wanting some children, or you're just dealing with issues with creativity in general, okay? But to get the Empress and the Six of Cups, we do see like family stuff happening, okay? Revisiting old dreams or plans, embracing your inner child, the return of people or romances from your past, romanticizing how things used to be. Okay, so we could also be focused on the past in hopes, you know, we're trying to do something new, but we're like so stuck in like how they used to be, or we think they're still going to be like this when in actuality, maybe they've actually changed a lot. The bottom of the deck is Queen of Pentacles. This is your energy, Taurus, right? She's dope, generous, practical, gracious, materialistic, the ability to make anything more beautiful. A love of family and home, right? Be practical about how you proceed. A love of art and beauty, and a sensible approach. So this is you being very mindful and practical about how you're moving in the world, right? You know your worth. Some of us are working on our worth. You embodying and becoming more of this energy. So generally, we're coming into our own, and we're looking at themes of family, but also creating and having new ideas and getting out of our way. Okay, Taurus, happy motherfucking Monday, or whenever you find these. Please remember to like my shit. Check your moon and rising sign readings for additional perspectives. I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you for rocking with me. I truly appreciate you. I love you. And bye. Bye.